Hi guys, it's
Hi.
Megan from imamom2.wordpress.com
And I'm Nina Hilger.
So we did a part 1 of these questions. They are some questions that I found that are called fun questions to ask your boyfriend. I removed all of the ones that were actually about the boyfriend because, you know, we're not a couple. And just thought it'd be kind of fun to do the questions with Nina instead. So we've already done a part 1, so we'll link that below so that you can go and watch that silliness. There's a lot of silliness. I'm having issues with my necklace right now here. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. And it was getting kind of long for the first one, so we figured we'd do a second vlog with more questions. So there we go.
Here we are again.
Okay.
First question. What is your idea of a perfect house?
One that I don't have to clean.
Ooh.
You didn't expect that one.
You were quick on that.
That just popped into my head.
Jeez.
Oh my god, I've gone all red now.
Wow.
I'm blushing. Redheads blush really easily.
Yes.
It's not a hot flash this time.
Huh.
Oh, and I guess I'd have to have a lawn boy too. Because I want like a great big grass space for the kids to play in.
Why do you need grass? Why do people need grass?
If I have a lawn boy, it doesn't matter. What's the problem here?
Is that like a pool boy?
Yes.
Cabana boy?
Yeah. Oh, let's have a cabana boy.
Let's have a party. Is that the perfect house?
One that I don't have to do any upkeep on? Yaha.
I don't want a house that
I'd have to have
requires
cleaning
maintenance. No.
Yeah.
I didn't mind a couple of years ago, but now
it's too much when you have kids. When you have young kids and they're not at the age where we can actually say, go cut the grass.
And you don't want to pull a muscle or injure yourself because you still have to run around looking after your kids. And if you have a sore back or a sore anything else that goes along with the rest of your life, that just isn't fun. Okay, next question.
Not that you have any experience with that. That's why I have a great chiropractor.
Me too.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
So, but okay, so let's describe the inside of the house then, because that's just external fun.
Okay, what's your ideal inside of the house?
Okay. I do like 2 floors. I do like squeaky floors.
I like stairs.
Yeah.
You like squeaky floors?
I do like squeaky floors.
Yeah.
There's a character to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that my house squeaks. Plus it makes it harder when the kids are teenagers for them to sneak in.
Yes.
I think of these things.
I like an older house.
Yeah.
I do.
With character.
I do. I like the style of a century-old house. I really like it. Although, now I'm in a newer house and there's nothing to do, and I like that. I will actually go to do something and think, I don't have to do that anymore.
See, but that's where my cabana boy comes into play. He'd have to be a handyman, too.
Ooh, tool belt.
Do we need a moment? Let's take a moment, shall we? So, for me, I like the older character of the home. I don't want the upkeep, so I have to have a handyman to be able to do that. Because I can do certain little things.
What about your boyfriend? No. See,
he's good at it, but
he needs reminders.
He doesn't come and do it.
He won't.
I actually have a girlfriend that when there's too many of those honey-do list things, she brings all of her all of her husband's tools over and does them for me. Yeah. Because I don't have a drill.
Yeah, I
have people that help me, thankfully,
because
it's too much with a 3-bedroom house and a yard. My yard I don't do it. My neighbors can't really see into it anyway, and they're just glad that somebody's living in the house and keeping it maintained. So
I don't have a yard where I am now. It's all deck. Mind you, I see right into my neighbor's yard.
I can see great drinking over the summer.
Yes!
Yay, deck party!
And I like having an ensuite toilet where my 7-year-old doesn't just walk in on me. Like my door in the old house, in the washroom, did not close. I was okay with that, you know. Yeah. But he got to a certain age at like 6-ish, peeking in. Oh, I'd be in the bath.
Privacy, please.
Yeah. Now, at first I was comfortable. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Now I really like that I can close the door and lock it.
Yeah.
My washroom, I don't have to worry about pee on the seat, pee on the floor.
See, my son sits. I had to teach him how to pee, so he sits. That's the way it is.
And I like hardwood. I do not like carpet.
Absolutely.
The house I have, the new place has carpet in the basement. Like, what are you thinking, people?
In the basement?
I know.
I can be ripped up.
Yeah, and
No
then
big deal.
there are so many great things out there you can do with the floor. It's just carpet is dated and it's so unhygienic.
You have to vacuum.
And I don't like taking my shoes off when I go into a house. I like cleaning them up and going into indoor shoes.
Right.
And so I'm always like, carpet you cannot throw in the wash. Carpet you cannot replace. Carpet, well you can, but it's after years of wearing. I don't want someone else to step their bare feet on my carpet. That's just, ew! What if they have plantar's warts or something, fungus on their feet, and then they walk on my carpet? I'll be spraying it with Lysol. See, I'm a little bit of a freak that way. I don't want carpet. That my ideal place has hardwood floors or ceramic or what is that cool stuff that I have?
Tile?
Yeah, no, there's special stuff I have in the new place. I don't even know what it's called.
I haven't seen your new place. She literally just moved like a week ago.
Yeah.
So, okay, next question is, where would you go on your dream holiday? Again, Cabana Boy.
Anywhere where they have a Cabana Boy?
I want to go down south and sit on a beach.
Be served?
And I want to be served with an umbrella in my drink.
Would
my
you go with
boyfriend
your
thinks
kids?
this is fun. No. My boyfriend thinks this is funny because I'm a redhead and, you know, I burn really easily. But
Have an
this is
umbrella.
still on my bucket list.
You can have a sun umbrella, can't you? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I just...
have a Cabana Boy fanny.
I want
an umbrella?
the nice sand. I want the warm water.
Mm-hmm. I would probably have to go on a vacation with my son, and I was looking at cruises because cruises you can put your kid in an all-day event and they're looked after in the all-day kids program, and I can go on the island, shop around, come back. My kid's happy. I'm happy. We're all happy.
Yeah.
All inclusive. I don't care about the drinking part. I just want my food good and there for me. I'm thinking about cruising now. You know I'm going to get sick. I'm going to have seasickness or something.
Don't you have isn't there a patch or meds or something you
I
can
don't
take for that?
it would just, I'm just looking forward to it so much and I've got it built up. I'm going to be on there. For the first day, I'm just going to...
I just want
First
to go
time I
somewhere
went
warm.
First time I went to Dominican. By the second day, oh my gosh.
What does
Nothing
that mean?
stayed in. I got
Oh.
so sick. I went scuba diving. I drank the water thinking, I'm 25. I was 23.
yeah.
I can do whatever I want. But this was great. My ex-husband said, do you want an engagement ring or do you want to go on a trip? I want a trip. Gosh, who wants a ring?
Yeah.
You still got me the ring anyway, but I went on a 2-week trip. I was sick the whole time.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was just fabulous. Jeez. My idea trip now is to have everything
done for you.
cooked. Yeah. I went on an all-inclusive. It was so nice. But the only thing, they didn't have a kids program.
Right.
So that was a little
right.
silly. Like, why would I want to babysit my kid while I'm on vacation?
Yeah.
I want someone else to look after him, entertain him. And
Yeah, see, and I don't think that I'd be able to find an autism-friendly program. So
Yeah.
I'm going without you.
I
I
think-
love you,
I think you
kids,
can-
but I'm going without you.
You think if you had to, you can like arrange it well in advance? They would have to accommodate. I don't think so. They would have. No.
I don't think so. Anyway,
So you'd go with your hubby?
I would
Your
go
lover?
with my boyfriend. Yes, he's not my husband.
Technically, you've been together over 3 months. He is your husband.
But we don't live together.
Do you have to live together?
Yeah.
Okay. You could be lovers in a different house, can't you? Hubbies and married in a different house.
Sure you can. That would work for us. We'd be okay with that. Yeah, but no. You put your glasses on. They're right there.
What? I'm trying.
cute, but
I'm
she's
in
weird.
denial. What's the craziest thing you've done in your life?
Gone camping.
No, that's not the craziest.
Honey, I am not built for camping.
That's not the craziest thing.
Trust me, it
What's
is.
the craziest thing would be you on the bar, me and you on the bar.
Oh, okay.
Craziest.
Yeah,
going,
yeah, okay.
I can't believe we did that until I saw the pictures.
We did.
We did.
You know Coyote Ugly? We did it.
Yeah. Can you post pictures?
I
Not
don't
yet.
want to.
They're fun.
They are
You're
fun,
cute
but
up
I
there.
don't want to. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see if I don't know.
So the
I might
crazy-
insert it here. I don't, no, we'll see. I have
With our
to figure out how
cowboy
to do
hats.
it though.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, it was
So
a fun
The
night.
craziest thing you've done?
I'm
It's
a
going
Libra.
out.
I
Yeah, but I
don't-
think you have lots of Scorpio in your sign. You better do your whole sign.
yeah.
In the
I'm
computer,
pretty
punch in exactly when you were
boring.
born, and it will tell you what your risings, what all the
Okay.
everything.
I mean, some people do tell me that like moving across the country twice was kind of crazy, especially when I was moving across the country the first time without actually having anywhere to stay.
Yeah. That's a little not
but
like
I don't
you.
see that as being crazy. I just see that as I was going to university, I was on the wait list for residence. I went and stayed with family friends until I got into residence. Like, I don't see that as being crazy, but other people tell me it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I apparently have a different definition of crazy.
What is crazy to you? What do you define?
I don't know.
What is crazy? What would crazy be?
How do you tell you what, you define it. I'm going to look it up and see what the official people say that it is, and you tell us.
Am I supposed to answer this question?
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing you've done in your life?
What's the craziest thing you've done in your life?
Oh, let's see. I went and did a movie down in Mexico.
What do you mean you did a movie down in Mexico? What does that mean?
When I
You were part of a movie?
Yeah.
You starred in the movie?
No, just part of it.
Okay, crazy apparently means mentally deranged, demented, or insane. Okay. Or senseless, impractical, and totally unsound. That's more my definition of what crazy is.
Okay.
I guess it wasn't that smart to move across the country to go to university without anywhere to stay, but I went and stayed with family friends. Actually, one of my dad's old girlfriends from high school, until I got into residence. I don't know.
Some people would consider having kids crazy. And doing it on their own.
A lot of people consider having twins crazy. I didn't really have a choice. It just kind of happened naturally. People do think that it's kind of strange, but whatever, for being a single mom with special needs kids. But again, it's just my reality, right? Yeah. Like, I don't do the big, like, oh my God, I could get arrested for things. Like, I've never done that.
What crazy thing would you do? Oh, there's one thing I did. I drove down to Florida by myself. And by the time I hit Virginia's, I was in the mountains, I had a panic attack.
That's awesome.
I had a panic attack. I was going up and down through the mountains, and I thought, oh my gosh, okay, how fast can this car go? I want to get out of here. I'm alone. And it was getting dark. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find a hotel. I don't know where a hotel is. I didn't check that out. Oh no. Okay, so I was going 160. Let's see if we go 175. Oh, 180. I got to get to North Carolina now. So I was starting to have a panic attack.
North Carolina was safe and
well, there were all the signs saying there were hotels up ahead, and I was trying to do the math in my head, but I was in such a panic state. And I thought, I need music to help me through this. So I turned on this. That's when I fell in love with the techno music. I turned on the music and I was like, oh yeah, this will keep me awake. I was starting to fall asleep. My bum's hurting really bad. I've been driving for 8 hours straight or whatever.
God.
Yeah, I was going for a while.
This is obviously before kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then getting down to Florida was a little bit crazy too. Yeah. That was a whole other panic attack. But in the mountains was really scary.
Especially in the dark.
Yeah, with the sun going down. It just suddenly started to get dark. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm all alone. Because I didn't know. Like I had the trip. CAA gave me the books, and so I knew the routes. Yeah, I knew exactly where I was going, but I thought there would be little rest stops every little 5 or 10 kilometers. It doesn't happen like that down there.
It's not that frequent.
No, I thought there'd be a cabana boy at every exit. Come on over here, honey bun. No, it wasn't like that. But once I got to Florida, yay, there's people around, but I could be attacked. So it was being out in the middle of nowhere. That scared me most. Yeah. That was the craziest thing. And that just... But once I got through there, I was like, yeah, I can do it. So I got to Florida, but there's all these people. I don't know where I am now. I'm lost. Oh, cripes. Yeah. So I was lost in somewhere, and my car blew up. It got hot.
Oh, okay. It didn't actually blow.
Well, no, something,
But
it overheated.
smoked.
It overheated from
Yeah.
driving so fast or something. So
I actually was in a car once when we suddenly started seeing smoke coming out of the front.
that sounds a
We
little
were
crazy.
like 16, 17,
Oh,
and
you weren't driving.
I was not driving, but we were driving to a soccer tournament. And we were in, one of my friends on my teammate in their parents' car, and it just suddenly started, like, we weren't even driving fast, nothing. Suddenly overheated, and yeah, it was scary. Like, we were 16 or 17 years old, 4 girls. We're on the side of the highway, like, well, not even a highway. It was like a highway going north, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a big one, and we're like, pre-cell phones. What do we do? How do we deal with this? Of course, none of us have CAA. So we had to actually, this very nice elderly couple, I don't know if they were actually elderly, they were just older than me, right? Like, I was 16, everybody, 30
Everyone
is
was
older. But I think they had grandchildren. But they pulled over, and this is crazy. I went into the car with them, with the husband, because he drove me kind of to the next spot where there was a phone so that we could call our parents and say, here's the deal, and we don't know where we are. Oh. But the deli kind of gave us the address type of thing, and so the one that was driving, it was their car. The other parent came to get that car, and this couple actually took us to the soccer tournament.
Wow.
Like,
and you trusted them.
Yeah, but I mean, we're
Wow.
16, 17 years old, and this was 20 years ago.
Wow.
Like, that is crazy.
Yes.
But at the time, all that we could think of was, we got to get to our soccer tournament. And we get there. It's a crazy, crazy hot day. It was like 35 degrees outside Celsius. And we get there. We get there right before halftime. I haven't thought of this in years. We get there right before halftime. Our entire team, there was just enough people to actually go ahead with the game. And they were all dead because they had no subs whatsoever. So we show up. The other team is dying because it's so hot out. We show up. The entire team comes off almost, and we're raring to go because we haven't been playing for 40 minutes in this heat, and we won the game. Yay! But yeah, that was crazy. But you're invincible when you're a teenager.
Oh gosh.
And back in the day, right?
I know.
Yeah, it was insane.
Now you don't want to do something.
Oh
like
God,
that.
if my daughter did that,
no.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah, no.
What is your dream job?
I used to have it, so
What was your dream job?
it was my former job where I got paid to go and talk and do public speaking, and I know everybody thinks that's crazy, but I know that everybody else has the fear of public speaking. Yeah, I love it.
You're an extrovert.
Yeah, I'm an extrovert through and through. And I mean, I used to be a fundraiser, so I went and that was part of my job, and I was raising money to get great services for people that needed it. And I mean, it was doing good work, and I loved doing it, and I was good at it, and I loved it.
So you want to do this again? If it's your dream job, you want to do it again?
The problem is the hours. A standard week was between 60 and 70 hours a week. And it's all over the place because you have to be available when donors and service clubs are available and meeting. So I can't do it anymore.
So your dream job would be doing this job, but in the time that you have.
Yeah,
it
would have been great if I'd had a whole team to do all the research and everything for me, so that all that I was basically the puppet head to be able to go out and do it all. But I mean, raising money for autism, for example, right now would be,
So you like to fight for a cause?
Yeah.
Raise
and
awareness.
Now I get to do it for my kids, which, I mean, is there anything better, right? What about you?
My dream job. Anything that I could do while I'm a mom.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to, because, you know, you can do a whole bunch of stuff, but will they pay you to do it? That's the problem.
So I like working in media. I like to help people achieve their goals in media. But the thing I always fall back on is writing.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's all I can manage right
Yeah.
now. That's sort of a dream job too.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, mine's any kind of form of communication, basically.
Yeah. But
So.
sometimes I wonder.
What do you wonder?
Could a dream job be marrying Mr. Donald Trump?
Oh, really?
Not him, but a Donald Trump type. You know, Mr. Richie Rich. Could that be a job?
I think it depends on whether you get paid for it or not.
Well, that'd have to be worked out in the prenup. or whatever. Yeah. Could that? I don't know where this came from, but could that be a job?
I know there are a lot of women out there that make it their job.
Okay.
I think we're a little old for that. But you're hot, so it's all good.
Yeah. Why am I single? Why am I single?
Because, okay, everybody go back to the first video of this one, of the first part, because she admitted that she likes to sabotage relationships before they even start.
Yes.
That's why you're single.
Well, what kind of man would I want to be with who doesn't even see through it? Huh? You know, the guys that can't see through it, and yeah, you're biting your lip there. But what kind of...
Next question.
If you won the lottery, what would you do with your money?
Start an autism foundation.
I'd buy Starbucks.
Oh, buy a Starbucks or buy the store, like a franchise.
Something like that.
I would get a Cabana Boy in my house to make a Starbucks for me all the time. Thank God my boyfriend's okay with this kind of stuff.
Sorry, what was your answer to this? You had a great answer, and I just...
If you won the lottery, what would you do with your money? I'd start an autism foundation.
Isn't there something like that already?
There are lots of autism foundations, but mine would
How
be
would yours
specific.
Be yours would have a Cabana Boy.
I'd need an assistant, wouldn't I?
Yes!
I'm blushing again.
He'd have to do the advertisements and the voiceovers.
No. Basically, it would be, you know, people can't afford their services, so here you go. It would be like the Bono restaurant in the States where, you know, you can come in and you can pay what you can and all the services would be available there free.
The government doesn't have services? Doesn't provide? Or
They
you
do,
would be the in-between person who would set them up?
Yeah, because there's a lot of families out there, for example, that they earn a certain amount, but it's not enough to be able to afford, you know, $150 an hour of speech therapy when you need 2 or 3 hours a week for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
How do you feel? Okay, this is not one of the questions. How do you feel about these lottery things that are happening on these people who are gonna give away things or who want to sell their things, but then they do a draw for it? How do you feel about that?
On Facebook?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
The whole I think they're saying random act of kindness or whatever.
Yeah.
No, pay it forward is what I'm saying.
That's what they're
pay
calling
it forward.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's their stuff. Do what they want.
I find it irritating.
There seems to be a lot of them, but I think it's just the time of year, so we just have to suck it up for a few more weeks, and then after Christmas, everybody will go back to being cynical and, you know, non-loving to their neighbors. The cat is making really funny noises right now. I don't know if it caught on there or not, but that's what that was.
If your house caught on fire and you could only take one thing and run out, what would it be?
Okay, let's
outside of your children.
Yeah,
and pets.
You know, the cat.
Yeah.
That the children are already outside safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pets.
Laptop.
Yeah. But it's all backed up on iCloud.
See, I don't
Not
understand the cloud. I don't get it until somebody actually proves to me that the stuff is actually on there and accessible somewhere else. I don't know. So it would have to be laptop or cell phone, because otherwise I've got nothing.
My ID, my purse, because I have phone,
Yeah.
my iPad, and my ID in my purse.
Yeah.
I grab my purse.
Well, that's the thing, is that my bag is right by the door, so
Yeah.
I'd be grabbing that, but
What if the door was on fire?
go to the other door.
What if your bag was right by the front door and it's on fire and your bag's going to be on
Then
fire?
too bad for my ID.
And your laptop.
My laptop is not at the front door. It's usually in the living room or my bedroom.
What if it's all on fire? I'd call the fire department.
They're not asking what would you do. They're asking what would you take.
I'd stay in the house and wait for the firemen.
And then you take the firemen with you.
I'd let them rescue me because no one has rescued me. What's the little fantasy? I'm blushing. Wow, that was exciting. Okay. If you came across a magic lamp and had 3 wishes to make, what would they be?
Money. So that I wouldn't have to worry about paying bills or when my ex-husband stops paying child support. Because that's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm not talking to like a huge amount. I'm just talking enough to get by every month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just that steady stream so that I don't have to worry about it. I'm not talking millions of dollars. Unless, you know, it's a one-shot deal, then they'd have to do $1 million so that then I can space it out every month.
Cash for life?
Yeah, that kind of a thing. But not an insane amount, because an insane amount is just too much work.
It could be foolish.
It's too much work.
It could, yeah. 2 more wishes.
Oh dear.
I know.
You go with one, because I've got to think of them now.
I like the money idea, sure, but...
And it's not a huge amount, though. It's just kind of enough to get by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being greedy. I'm not a greedy
It's not a realistic question. It's, you know, I really think I'm jaded because I look at some of these and I think, you know,
this
soulmate stuff and 3 wishes. Really, I've had 3 wishes and no one came through with those. I wanted to be married and happy and married and have kids with Mr. Married Man. Well,
okay, but you were.
Man married me, but
you were.
Those wishes didn't come true.
They did, though. They just went
away.
I
didn't have a kid with the married man. My husband, ex-husband.
Yeah, that's true.
And we didn't stay married for very long. He had the kid with someone else.
Oh, this is complicated. She's
okay.
her own soap opera. Okay, but we got 2 more wishes. Okay.
No, more. Oh, 2 more wishes?
I don't know.
Okay.
Daily Starbucks.
Okay,
you just smacked the thing. Daily Starbucks would be nice, but delivered to me, especially on those days when it's really cold out, because we're in Canada.
Yes.
Delivered to me. That's, yeah.
Starbucks delivery. And how about food? Our favorite restaurants just deliver to us. Oh, that would mean that we'd have to have enough money to say, I don't care what it costs you, you're going to deliver to me.
I know what my 3rd wish is.
What?
Once or twice a week cleaning service.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Done.
Nice. Very nice. Okay.
See, once you get to be our age, you're not asking for the moon. You just want stuff to make things a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah. What would I have wished when I was 20-something?
Oh, God. There's a question. I don't know. I would have...
I want to be in love.
Oh, no, that never would have been my wish.
I want my man to love me all the time.
No, that would have been
I want my soulmate.
Oh, let's go back to
my
video
soulmate is my
1
cabana
for the
boy.
Soulmate crap. I think in my early 20s, it would have just been, you know, to be successful in my career and, you know, have a good house, have a stable job.
Yeah.
Like, I was still really practical in my early 20s, too. I've always been very impractical. It's really boring, actually.
No, it's very good. Sets you up for a good future. Did I answer any of mine?
You just said that you
Wishes?
wouldn't answer them, so...
The 3 wishes? I'd like my food delivered to me when I feel like it. Like without having someone to sit there and say, well, do I get a kiss for delivering that? No. I'd like to have a stranger deliver my food and not expect anything for it. And I like someone to deliver me some money when I'd like it, you know.
Totally going somewhere else with that statement.
And okay, one wish, I would like to have a nice, decent party with a nice limousine, jacked up limousine, and get some in there who want to have a party and just go, woo, woo.
So you want a good girls' night out.
Yes, with the top open, we're like, yes! And we're celebrities for the night.
Like we're going to Vegas,
and we're going
baby.
to a strip club. I want to go to a strip club where the ladies don't sit there, I don't want to go because it's not my scene. I want ladies to go, yeah, show us your ding dong. I'll be in front row. Can I take a picture?
Magic Mike 2 is coming out soon, eh?
Is he going to be in it?
Just saying. I don't know. Just saying.
His wife's a lucky lady.
What's the next one?
Are you addicted to anything?
Chai.
Latte.
Chai.
Latte.
Okay, what would you do if you were stranded on an island and there was nothing to eat? Call my boyfriend and make him go kill something. Because I would probably die, actually.
Would you
if
eat
I was
bugs
stranded
or
on an
trees or
island
anything?
and there was nothing to eat, I would eventually be dead. I don't even know how to cook when I'm camping.
Well, would you catch
When there's everything there. How do I catch a fish without a fishing pole?
hands? I don't know. I don't know. I'm in the same position. I would sit there and go, oh. I'd get rescued. I'd put up the vibes. Someone get me. Someone get me. I'm hungry. Get me now.
I know. I would not survive well. If my boyfriend was there, then fine, because he'd be able to trap everything. If I had my bow and arrow, at least I'd be able to kill stuff.
Okay, you catch a fish with your bow and arrow, and then would you cook it?
Except that an arrow won't go through the water well that way. I don't shoot it that strong to be able to go through the water properly. But I do know how to start a fire. How to cook stuff, though,
What would you do if you're on a stranded on an island and there was nothing to eat? First of all, there's no island in Canada.
There are islands in Canada.
In the middle of Lake Ontario? Way up north?
Vancouver Island is an island.
That's not an island to be stranded on.
Okay, they're not asking for a realistic thing. They're saying if you're stranded on an island.
How the heck would we be stranded on an island?
You're
We'd be on
thinking
vacation.
too literal. When you're on the cruise, the whole thing crashes, and you're the only survivor.
I'd be in the
and you washed
lifeboat
up.
with my life jacket.
So, anyway.
Floating around and going, hello, firemen, helicopter boys. Anyone in a suit or a uniform, come get me.
Fair enough.
I'd be shooting those
I'd
flares
be dead.
off.
I'd be dead. Try not to poke yourself in the eye there.
Would you like to go to the moon?
No. Why?
I know. What's on the moon? I'd like to go up in space, but you know what? For all the stuff they have, it's not fun. They don't eat food. They have to have dehydrated stuff, don't they? And the intravenous and
I don't see the big deal.
Float around in there. It'd be fun for about 2 hours, and then I want to go home.
Yeah, I don't.
If they could do it, like once they get it down pat.
I Dream of Jeannie, boom, done, and then we're up there, and we don't have to have like any
They're in
equipment
the primitive
on us
stage.
to-
Let's wait until they get it down pat. We might be grannies by then, but let's wait.
Oh, I hope not. Okay.
Hi, I'd like to go to Jupiter. Like in the next half hour, is there a bus going?
Sir,
Do you serve peanuts on the bus? I like to make sure I have nuts.
peanuts will be outlawed by then because everybody. will be
No,
allergic
they
to
better
it.
not. Gosh. Oh, let's not go there. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Who is your role model?
Who do I learn most from is my children. Is it horrible that I don't really look up to anybody?
Is there someone like who's that? Gardner, what's her name?
Temple Grandin.
Temple Grandin? Yeah.
I mean,
she
she's
a role model?
She's on my bucket list to meet one day.
But she's not necessarily a role model? Okay, are you a role model to someone? Well, other than your kids.
I don't know. I'd have to ask around.
Role model. Who's my role model?
It's a heavy question.
Are we supposed to have role model? I know we're supposed to have mentors. Who's our mentor?
I have people that I call when I need some direction or when I want some advice on.
Who's the first person you call?
I have. Well, it depends on what it is. If it's a business thing, then I call a girlfriend, Carol Ann. Mm-hmm. If it's a business and or a personal thing, I call Laurel. And if it's just generally my life, I call my mother.
Your mom's your role model?
My mom or my dad, yeah, depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or I may just say, I need to Skype with both of you, and here you go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like those are kind of my 4 go-to people for when I need to make a decision and I can't figure out the logic of it.
They guide you through?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. So how do you know who your role model is? Is it when you're stuck?
To me, it's like when I think of something or something happens and it's that first person that I think of. It's like, okay, well, the universe is telling me that I have to go and talk to this person.
Could you be my role model?
I could be a role model.
Will you be my role model? Yeah, I've had times when I had to call you just to call you and talk to you. You've given me good advice, like.
That's because I'm telling you you're being an idiot.
Yeah, you kicked me in the bum. I like that about you. You're not afraid to kick me in the bum. So one of these days I will find the right person to kick me in the bum.
I do that with a lot of people, actually.
It's good.
Sorry.
You keep people in line.
People call me and they really do share a lot with me, which I am actually really honored by.
Yeah.
And then I sit there going, oh my God, like how did this happen?
It's good. It's good quality.
So, but usually it's people call me up and they're like, I need to know the logic of the situation because I'm too stuck in the emotions. And they call the Libra. What is that?
Yeah.
But I just logic. If I get stuck in an emotional situation of my own, that's really hard. That's when I call my mom.
Yeah.
Which is really weird because she's highly logical too.
Is she Libra too?
She is. We have the same birthday.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but it's okay. I didn't make her go through labor on her birthday. I'm adopted. It just kind of sealed the deal when they were picking out the babies, going, well, my dad always wanted a redhead and my mom wanted, same birthday as my mom's. So it kind of sealed the deal with a little bow on top type of thing.
Cool.
So, but I think it's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Who is your childhood hero? I read E.T. when I was 10. And I liked that book. I don't know if E.T. would be considered my childhood hero. I liked Sean Cassidy.
Okay.
Is that a hero?
I don't know.
Is that a childhood hero?
I don't know.
I like Bay City Rollers. Is that right? Or is that Sean Cassidy? S-A-T-Y.
Childhood hero. I don't.
Fred Flintstone. No.
I can't. Wonder Woman was mine.
Ooh, very good.
Wonder Woman was mine.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go spinning down the street pretending to be Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Yep.
Isn't it difficult at our age to think way back 40 years ago or 30 years ago? Oh my gosh.
But yep, it was Wonder Woman.
Wow, that's a good one. One of mine was Fred Flintstone. I shouldn't have said that. Can I take that back? Sure you can. It was Wilma.
Do you know what? I had a funny thing at the moms group a couple weeks ago. The kind of icebreaker activity that we did. Everybody put like a comic book or something, hero or something on their back, and you had to ask kind of one-word answer questions. And I guessed who I was in 2 questions.
Really?
And the questions were, am I female? Yes. Because I only asked one question, and I was asking it to the woman that was across the way from me, and the other woman was like, oh my God, like, Ashley, I don't think that you're old enough to know who's on Meghan's back. And I guessed it from that.
And?
It was She-Ra.
She-Ra.
And the person that put it on my back was like, this is totally you. Totally you. And so the woman that I was asking the questions to, she's like, how did you know that from just that? Who is She-Ra? I'm like, oh my God, I feel so old. So I sent her a link with who She-Ra is.
Oh.
So comment down below and let me know if you know who She-Ra is. Princess of Power.
She-Ra.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had a hero, childhood hero.
I don't know. That's all that I can think of is that it was Wonder Woman. I loved Wonder Woman.
This is our last one.
Yes.
What would you change about yourself if given a chance?
there are so many things and yet nothing that, you know, really I want to share.
Oh, but that's the fun
I
part,
don't
sharing.
know. I think stop being so cynical about everything. And yet people always see me as being really happy and, you know, joie de vivre and stuff. But then on the other hand, I am also quite naive.
Are you?
I do take people at their words. So what they're actually telling me, I take as being truth. And
no, I do it too. Yeah.
so I'm not very good anymore at reading the tones that go along with things. And
so you would like to change how you perceive people?
I don't know, just I guess the naivete that goes along with that. And sometimes I don't want to be so logical. You know, sometimes I would like to actually be able to identify my emotions other than positive and negative. But I don't know, I just kind of do what I do, and my kids have really formatted me, for lack of a better term, to be highly logical, because autism, and it's logic, and you just have to figure out what the logic is. And it's kind of a, I mean, I wouldn't mind to lose a little weight. Can I change that? But at the end of the day, obviously it's not that big of a deal for me because I don't make it a priority. Yeah. But I mean, I'm female. Sure, I'd love to lose some weight, but that's it.
You look great.
So do you.
You look healthy. You look great. You do. I was just reading a bunch of stuff about how women do not look healthy when they're thin.
Oh, of course.
Thin women look gaunt and they don't look right, and it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Thin is not cool. How do you feel about muscular women? No, I don't. I think women
I appreciate
need curves.
when women are toned and they've got that definition. Yeah. You should see her arms. Anyway, they're covered right now under a sweater, but yeah, she's got great definition wine. That's arms. But for me, a woman is still supposed to be a woman. Yeah. And I'm proud of my curves.
Now, in a man,
I don't like the Michelin Man, huge monster. Like, it looks like if I took a needle to you, you'd like pop. Yeah. That no. And then usually they have like the scrawny little legs to go along with that. And it drives me crazy. Yeah. But
so a toned body?
Toned, yeah. I'm not talking six pack or anything, because I'm not going to expect that of you if I can't do it because I've, you know, had children. But no, just being healthy is fine, yeah. What would you change about yourself?
Should I talk about the sabotage stuff?
I think that's a good thing to start working on, actually.
It's fun! It's fun!
Maybe it's fun.
Maybe it's just for now. Maybe it's just a sabotage period I'm going through. Huh?
Maybe it's your coping mechanism right now.
Yes, it is.
To not get too close to anybody.
Maybe, perhaps. Do you think so?
Yes.
Why?
You mean why?
Yeah,
because you're not ready to get into a relationship yet.
Does that mean I'm sabotaging? Does that mean I'm going to be pushing people away that I shouldn't?
I don't know about that. It just means you're going to push people away until you find the right one.
So who's the right one? Who's going to handle
I don't know.
Will they handle my sabotaging, or should I curb my sabotaging techniques? But you know what? When I warn someone that I am sabotaging everything and they still run, it's like, you know what? They got the problem, not me. They have an issue with my sabotaging because I warned them. They should look at, if someone told me they're sabotaging something and then they sabotage something, and I'll just sit there and go, you're just sabotaging it. I'm not running, don't worry. Then, you know.
There's a very fine line between, you know, being normal and being high maintenance.
Am I high maintenance? Is that
depends on how much you're sabotaging them. I don't know.
If I warn someone that I have a tendency, and that's my issue right now, then I would expect them to be a little lenient and go, are you sabotaging here? Then I'll sit there and go.
But the key word there is the expectation.
But when you tell someone prior to the sabotaging incident, where do we get this from? Sorry. We keep going back to But
You should
it's,
see.
it's
Go
not
and
technically
watch
it's not
part one
sabotaging.
of this because we talked a lot about her sabotaging then.
But
too.
technically, it's not sabotaging when the other person knows. Sabotaging is when you attack and they don't know about it.
If you haven't had the talk and you haven't gone into a monogamous relationship, be on the receiving end of that. Okay? How much are they willing to put into a non-monogamous relationship before you even got into a serious relationship? Am I making any sense here?
Kind of, sort of. Who is going to put up with my crap?
Yeah.
Basically is what you're saying.
Like when I was dating once I started dating and everything after my separation, and I was a bitch. I'll say it. I was a bitch. I put a lot of rules in place, and basically, but I also didn't expect anything from them. I actually expected nothing from them because I felt that myself as the package of, you know, me with my kids and their diagnoses and everything, that I was undateable. Does that make sense?
You felt that way?
Yeah. So I tried the online dating thing, blah, blah, blah. And it basically came down to, I'm like, okay, here's the deal. And I can see you in 3 Wednesdays from now.
And how'd they feel about that?
The idiots took off.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can. Because I was being too high maintenance.
Not really.
But I only had Wednesdays off. And
But
that was it.
But that also means that you've got your life together and organized enough to know when to plan.
Yeah,
like,
but
see, I don't see that as high maintenance.
If they're not willing to stick around for that, then I don't care.
So then that means that they're
who
just
cares?
having fun. Yeah, right.
They just want the.
But do you think that's sabotaging?
Probably.
Some people would think that's sabotaging.
But I wasn't expecting them to then go and bend over backwards. I was just, here's the deal. Here's when I'm next available. Sorry for your luck, but it's 3 weeks from now. So guess what? I'm not a one-night stand.
So the one thing I should change is my sabotaging techniques?
It's not so much change. I mean, the other flip side of sabotaging is also protecting yourself. Right? But there's a fine line between that. And
I love that you're studying this stuff. What exactly is it you're studying?
At school?
Yeah, what
Social work.
So you're going to be a social worker afterwards?
Yeah.
When you're finished, complete?
Yeah. I'm going to be a counselor.
So I value your opinions. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is not my area of expertise. I'm going to be working with parents of kids with special needs. No, but there's a fine line between protecting and sabotaging. And I think you go into the area of sabotage when you start expecting them to do something.
Right.
Protecting is, here's my deal, here's the way it is, here's my parameters.
But expecting them to accept.
Because you can't control what they're thinking and what they're going to, and their actions.
Okay.
In any relationship, you can't control any of it.
No.
You can only control your
Yourself.
Reaction and your own emotions.
Right.
Sometimes it's harder to deal with your own emotions and control those. But anyway, God, I sound wise. There's got to be something else we could talk about because this is way too serious now.
It's fun.
Let me see.
Pick a random one.
Okay, I'm going to pick a random one from the second page.
Just a happy Yoko?
Yeah, it's
Happy.
something. Yeah. Okay. What's the most expensive thing you've bought for someone else?
A leather jacket.
Okay.
That's the first thing that popped in my mind. My ex-husband, I bought him a leather jacket.
I can't think of what.
It was
Most
hundreds of
expensive
dollars.
things.
There's been others, but that was the first thing. And there's been way more expensive.
I'm not really
Can't
thinking
think
that
of
there's like big expensive stuff that I've bought. I'm not really an expensive gift person. I'm a kind of middle of the range.
Do you have another question?
Yep. What's the most expensive thing you've bought for yourself? I know the answer to this one.
And?
It's a toss-up. Well, okay. The second most expensive one was a pair of kick-ass leather boots.
I can understand that.
They were on sale. They were like normally $800 and they were on sale for like $150.
Woohoo!
And so I'm going with the $800. But really the biggest thing that I ever bought for myself was my car. It was a car. After my relationship in my early 20s split, I bought a car because I needed to get around. It was a
Yeah.
Honda Civic. Like, it's not, you know, some Corvette kind of thing, but still, that's
How
expensive.
extravagant. That would be the boots then.
Yeah, because I totally didn't need the boots. But the guy that I dated then, he
appreciated
was my height, and so I never wore heels. So I went out and bought some kick-ass boots with very high heels because I could.
Yeah.
And then I went and bought a car the next week, so whatever. Because I needed a car. It's just a Honda Civic. It's no big deal. So what about you?
Most expensive thing, I think it was my iPad, where I just
Yeah.
dropped. Like,
Yeah.
I've been on shopping things where I spent a lot of money, but
Right.
on one total thing would be my iPad.
That makes sense.
Other than, you know,
Practical,
car,
too. Yeah.
other stuff, the big stuff. This is
Yeah.
just one thing that
You bought for yourself.
was a me. Yeah.
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 Okay. What's the nicest thing you did for a friend? Just being a friend.
Yeah.
Just being a friend.
Being there for someone when they need you.
Yeah.
Bringing you a chai.
Yeah, it's the little things, right?
Yeah.
You know, like the occasional time, and I mean occasional time, when I put on my personal Facebook that, you know, autism sucks today. And I mean, I've maybe written that 3 times. There are bad days, but for me to actually put it there publicly, and I've had a couple friends show up with food for me or my chai from Starbucks or something. I mean, that means so much.
Mm-hmm.
Just to go out, and they just literally like, here you go, and they leave.
Bye.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I have one girlfriend that she's a little OCD, and she shares that OCD with me, which is very kind of her. I love you, Pam. And she will come and help me declutter my house because she knows that eventually I just get totally overwhelmed and I get stuck. And it's not even that my house is a disaster. It's just, you know, something isn't working.
Yeah.
And I can't get beyond that. And she just seems to know when to do that. And like, we redid my daughter's room couple weekends ago, and she actually came over for a girls' night the night before, and there was a lot of alcohol. There was like a row of bottles.
What is a girls' night for you?
Depends on the girl.
So with this girl,
yeah, there was a lot of alcohol involved.
did you watch a movie?
No.
Were you in your jammies? Did you
No.
have a stripper come over?
No,
A male stripper.
no,
Oh,
we should have.
yes.
But like I showed up and I was actually stuck out of town, so I actually showed up a little late, and so I got my neighbor to let her in, and by the time I got there, she was like all set up with the bar inside. She had set everything up, and there was
Such a good friend.
there was beer bottles and cider bottles sitting in the snow outside.
Aw.
And she was outside, like, under blankets on my front porch, smoking a smoke, and I showed up, and she's like, here you go!
Aw.
And there was a lot of alcohol consumed that night. Yeah. And yet we were up at, like, 8 o'clock the next morning, and taking everything out of my daughter's room, and redoing my room, or redoing her room, and my daughter just absolutely loves it. Like, we literally took everything out
Wow.
of her Pepto Pink room and cleaned the floor. Like, there was nothing in the room, and we only brought back what was going to be needed, and I'd say it was about a third of what was in there.
So that's the nicest thing someone's done to you recently.
Yeah. She's
For you,
she's
done for
awesome
you.
that way.
That's
She's one of those friends that you know that there's no
What
there's
do
no
I get out of
judgment.
this?
But there's no
what do I get?
judgment. Like,
No
you're
judgment.
not worried about what she's going to see, the disaster that's there.
Mhm.
You know, like, we actually did wait a little bit to move my daughter's bed because we knew that there was going to be tons of stuff under it. And there wasn't as much as we thought, but it was still a lot. Yeah.
She's a good friend.
She is. So, Okay, we'll do this as the last one. How often do you lie?
Rarely, if ever. No. Uh-oh. Did I lie?
No, I'm thinking my answer.
Uh-oh, what's your answer? How often do you lie?
This is going to sound horrible.
No, go ahead.
Every time that my daughter needs me to say something nice about her father.
Yeah, that's not, you have to though.
Yes,
kind of.
because
Like,
I
you have
still
to
want her to have a
yeah.
good relationship with him and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
Yes, I understand that.
But when I have to kind of
Fluff it a little bit. You gotta fluff it a bit.
Because
yeah, I know.
You know, my feelings towards him aside, he's still her father, and I still have to respect that as their thing, and it's sometimes really hard.
Oh yeah.
As I'm sure it is for him the other way around as well. I mean, it's no love lost on both sides for us, but it's hard.
Mm-hmm. Does she have an idea that you're lying? Or
I don't
fluffing
think so.
it a little
I don't
bit?
think so.
How old is she?
9.
Yeah.
I mean, she may. I'm sure that she sees my hesitation and sees that I'm trying to word it a certain way. But at the end of the day, I don't want to badmouth her father to her.
Has she formed an opinion of him yet?
Oh, she loves him.
Okay.
Yeah. She loves him. So that's good.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
I don't want to take that away from her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Not like what I had when I was growing up.
Oh, really?
I had the real truth. My mom was German. Oh, she spoke.
Yes.
She wasn't shy to tell you how she felt about anyone.
Right.
Ah.
Right.
La, 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 I don't know if I want to hear that. Your father, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, if it was a good day, then if she was having a good day, be like, you know, you should connect with your father.
After she's been yelling about him for...
But yesterday, he wasn't a nice man, huh?
Yeah. So I don't want my kids to go through that, so...
Yeah, because I missed a lot of time with my biological father.
Yeah.
Because of... I didn't want to make my mother unhappy, even though she wanted me to go, but I didn't want to make her unhappy. So I commend you for fluffing. Fluffing. I don't call it lying. You have to fluff it a bit.
Yeah.
She can form her own opinion when she's a little older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll leave that to her to figure out.
Yes.
So
that's safest.
So there we go.
Yeah.
I think we're going to end this off now. So thanks for watching, everyone, and subscribe down below for both of our channels, and all of our social media information will be there.
Yes.
Okay? Talk to you guys soon.
Ta-ta.
Bye.